everyone. Hi. Please tell me I'm playing. Hey, oh my God. Yay. I planned ahead this time. I reset everything before the stream started, so I would hopefully avoid any issues. And it looks like that may have worked so far. I don't know. Hi, Mr. Black Wolf. How are you? Woo, from the guy smoking the good weed on the roof. Awesome. Hi, Purple Shell. Hi. Yeah, I heard from someone in my DMs today, and they're like, when are you going to stream again? We miss you. And I'm like, oh, so sweet. Thank you. Like, I know I'm going to stream soon. I am. And so I did. I am now. I don't really have too much planned though. Like, I don't know. I haven't been really following too much on things, because, well, I've been working a lot, and I've had some things around here that I had to take care of and stuff, and my son's birthday and issues with Michael that we're preparing for. So I haven't had really much time to catch up on things or to keep up on things. And now what's going on with the dog? Okay. So I've been trying though to keep up with things. I know Katie streamed again on TikTok lately, and that's what I thought we could play tonight was that. I did make a few shorts though. I published one of them today. I have like 3 others I want to do, but I want to do this series where, like, the internet has a question, and I bring up something from, like, I don't know, from something over the years. Oh, that reminds me too. So someone out in my DMs brought up something very interesting. So I'm not going to say who it was in my DMs in case they don't want me to say, in case they don't want their shit out there or whatever. But if you hear this and you know it's you, feel free to out yourself. So apparently next month, November, is the 6-year anniversary of the anti-KJ community. Apparently there were like some accounts, already existing that calling out Katie and everything. But apparently the community itself didn't really come together and become a thing until the weekend. I guess Katie and Leslie had their falling out, which was the Thanksgiving weekend, I guess, from 6 years ago. I wasn't around then. 6 years ago, they would have been 2018. Yeah, 2018. I didn't come around until like spring, late winter, spring, early spring, 2020. So, although I did know Katie back in 2018. So, and I just wanted, I thought I'd let it be known too, that this person, Steve, says that you are the one that kind of brought everyone together cohesively. So I thought that was interesting. So yeah, I would be very interested in talking to other content creators in the community here about doing some sort of like weekend long live stream or whatever. We can hop from channel to channel to channel and just, partake, to be a part of like just a commemorative like event. Just, I don't know. Because like a lot of us never would have met, or never would have crossed paths, never would know each other if it wasn't for this community. And like, is like there's always some good that can come out of bad. That's how I look at it. Because like all this shit with Kansas and everything from this past year, at first, yeah, it had me down. It really kind of irked me. But now that I look back on it, I mean, I got to meet and hang out with another content creator, with Vanna twice. I got to meet and hang out with Faith. I did things that I never thought I would have ever done in a million years. And I'm not saying I'm grateful or anything like that. Let's not get crazy. But, some good can come out of some bad. So, and out of Katie came this community. So some good came out of some bad. Let's see. Hey, Renelle. Hi. Hi, Flying Mom Laura. Sorry, my nose, it seemed like as soon as I hit like publish stream or whatever, my my freaking nose. I started sneezing and now it's running. So annoying. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up. I'm going to be watching it from Llama Girl's account as usual. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with Llama Girl, just check out. Oh, I didn't put it in there. That's right. My bad. Let me do that now real quick. You know, I love how I say I'm going to do something real quick, but it never turns out to be real quick because my computer sucks. I hate my computer. I really do hate my computer. Like I do and I don't. Like I love having an iMac. I really do. I don't like Windows. I don't want Windows ever again. I mean, whatever. I'll make do if I have to use Windows. But if I have a choice, it's going to be either OS or Linux, really. But this computer now, because I think I've had it since 2018 or 2019. It's just so fucking slow now. It's so slow. I can't stand it. I need to do something about that. I need to put I don't know, how do you put RAM in an iMac? Like I know how you can do it in a tower, you know. How the fuck do you do it in an iMac? I might just have to go hit up the Geek Squad or something. All right, let me pull this up and put it in the description. And I had something blocking me so I can't see. All right. All right. All right, so now it'll be in the description. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with Llama Girl or just aren't quite really read in on her, she is really one of the main archival consultants concerning all things Katie, especially all things live stream Katie. So we love her. We appreciate her. We value her. How's this running? All right, so let me get over here and share screen. All right, so she streamed a few times or whatever over the past couple of days. Oh, did you guys hear this one? Did you hear this? Breaking news. Todd Paulson, aka Badge, told his wife to calm the fuck down. And okay, we're gonna play this real quick. It's only like it's like 12, 13, 14 seconds long here. But right towards the end, you hear him, you just make out him saying it. And that's when she loses her shit.
Oh, this is the stuff that drives me bonkers. Like, Todd, if you're annoyed.
What did I do? What did I do?
No, I'm on a live. I'm talking. Like,
right before she says, no, I'm on a live. I'm talking. Right before that, he says, calm the fuck down. No. Oh, that's funny. That's so funny. I want to hear that one more time. I want to hear that through my earbuds, though.
oh, this is the stuff that drives me bonkers. Like, Todd, if you're annoyed.
What did I do? What did I do?
No, I'm on a live. I'm talking. Like, oh, this is the stuff.
That's funny. All right, moving on. So, right, I wanted to jump ahead to the other one that she had uploaded because there's one in particular in here. Here's towards the beginning. Two. Because there's something she said that I found to be like most disturbing, really. Yep, this is it. Okay, it's this one. All right.
You're body shaming me. You body shame everyone, Bree. You make literal cartoon characters. She literally was going to make stickers about you and distort your face.
Saw that. I saw that on live.
Yeah, it's very contradictory. On the playground, like they say whatever they want to. The second you strike back finally because you're sick of it, then they like cry and boo-hoo.
And
You know
people
what
are
you'll never
saying
hear?
their mom.
You know what you'll never hear me doing? Crying about Bree. Bree, you don't even understand. I've had Reddits with 15,000 people in it that literally spent their entire lives talking about me.
16,000. 16,000. Okay, because it hit 16,000 just before it got taken down. So let's keep it real.
And you're not, I mean, you just gotta get like toughen up, girl. You either are gonna do this and deal with the fact that people don't like you, or you don't. There's like literally two options, but you're never gonna stop people from talking.
Says the chick who's filing TROs on people and cease and desists and wanting to file defamation suits. I just want the defaming content removed from the internet. Okay.
People have been terrible to Bree too. I don't know.
Are they terrible?
I'm not taking responsibility for anything that I haven't done. So I'm not, people have been terrible to me. Guess what? I'm not a victim.
Same.
You're right.
You know how many people in my own community who mock me because I have red hair and I go to appropriate events where I dress up as a fairy, and people in my own community are like, oh, don't listen to her. And I'm like, you're really picking on a grown woman.
Who is that chick? The one that was just talking. Like, seriously, she drives me nuts. She pipes in on panel there, and she will share something that has nothing to do with what they're talking about because it seems like she just wants to talk about herself, which that's fine. It's great. I don't fault her for wanting to talk about herself. We all want to talk about ourselves. I get that. I fully support that. But she seems to have a hard time finding a believable or more appropriate segue into that. You know, it's what? Because you dress up as a fairy at appropriate events? What the fuck are you talking about? I mean, it's fine if you do. Hey, I think I'd make a pretty damn good looking fairy. I wouldn't mind doing that. An appropriate event, of course, whatever. But why are we talking about this now? What the fuck?
Woman for self-expression in appropriate places.
Oh my
Really?
God, cats.
Okay. Like, that doesn't hurt my feelings. It just makes me feel more empowered.
We're going to speed this up a little.
Are we frozen?
I think Katie's muted. Yeah, she's muted.
Sorry, it was loud here for a second. I had to like mute for a second. Sometimes there's noise here.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
So here's the thing, like, what bothers me about Bree when she was on that panel is she acts like because she was being, who's this? Why did that change? How did I do that? Hold on.
Why am I over here on the big
I
screen?
don't know. Hold on.
Get back.
Okay.
I felt so weird over there.
Sorry. Okay. But like, oh, you know what? And all of this, I just noticed that I need to change my bed sheets. So I'm gonna do that while we're talking. Do any of you guys have kids that sweat when they sleep?
Oh, my son, my oldest,
Your son?
and it's pretty gross. Like, it's a problem.
Yeah. I got a sweater. I don't know. She acts
We're going to hear that one more time.
like because she was being, who's this? Why did that change? How did I do that? Hold on.
Why am I over here on the big
I
screen?
don't know. Hold
Get
on.
back.
Okay.
I felt so weird over there.
Sorry. Okay. But like, oh, you know what? And all of this, I just noticed that I need to change my bed sheets. So I'm gonna do that while we're talking.
I just noticed I need to change my bed sheets. My bed sheets. Okay.
Do any of you guys have kids that sweat when they sleep?
Oh, my son, my oldest,
Your son?
and it's pretty gross. Like, it's a problem.
Yeah. I got a sweater. I got a sweater. Okay.
Okay. All right. Now I know we've all heard Katie say that she sleeps with her son at night. She's claims that she's been doing this ever since his last hospital stay a few years ago or whatever. And then she does it because it just terrified her, whatever, the last hospital stay. Okay, I totally get that. I do. I would get that if like he were 1 when that happened and he were now 5. I would get that if he were say 12 when that happened and you did it for like a month or so. I would get that. Okay, fine. I would get it if it were exactly the way it is now, but instead of you changing sheets because on your bed because your kid's sweating, I don't know, you sit there and you just check in on him like every hour or something for every night and just watch him sleep for 10 minutes. I would get that. I totally get that. Why the hell is this kid still in bed with her though? Okay, now I don't think that there's anything weird going on here. I mean, other than just the fact that they're sleeping in the same bed. Okay. I don't think that there's anything more to that. But what is he? He's like 12 or some shit like that, isn't he? Or something? I don't know. 2012 or 13 or something. I don't know. I think he's like 12 or he's almost 12. It's right around 12. He's over 10. Okay. No, Kat, no, you're going to end up stepping in keys. No. So, 12 years old. And she's still insisting on sharing a bed with this kid for whatever reason, but whatever. I don't know. I think that we would be to the point where it's just not going to be a good idea. You know? I don't know. I think back to when I was, oh, come on, Kat. What did you do? Okay. All right. My cat hit something. I think back to when I was 12. And it was right around I was 12 or 13 or whatever. And I had a bad dream. And I went and curled in bed with my mom. And she's like, what are you doing? And it was like the first time I'd done that in a really long time. And she's like, okay, whatever. And so when that's when I got the impression, I was like, okay, maybe this is kind of weird now. But, I really did have a pretty bad dream. So I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm staying, but okay, fine. But like, it would have been weird for me to have done just curled up in bed with her any other night. I don't know. It would have been. It really would have been. That's all I'm going to say on that. It's just fucking weird. Very weird.
The cutest one I've ever seen.
But
Why don't I hear anything?
if she is being so victimized, then why does she victimize other people?
All right. I'm not hearing anything now. Did something get muted? No. Okay. Well, something for me it did. All right. We're just going to refresh that. What's the timestamp? 2:59. Okay. And we're going to do this.
It is what it is. She's like, you're body shaming me.
What the fuck?
You body shame everyone, Bree. You make little cartoons.
What did my cat-
Who's gonna make stickers about you and distort your face?
Fucking
I saw
asshole.
that. I saw that on live.
Audio.
Yeah, it's very contradictory.
Like that one on the playground that like they say whatever they want you. The second you strike back finally because you're sick of it,
Okay.
then they like cry and boo-hoo.
And
You know
people
what
are
you'll
saying
never
things
hear-
about her mom.
You know what you'll never hear me doing? Crying about Bree. Bree, you don't even understand. I've had Reddits with 15,000 people in it that literally spent their entire lives talking about me. And you just gotta toughen up, girl. You either are gonna do this and deal with the fact that people don't like you or you don't. There's like literally 2 options, but you're never gonna stop people from talking.
This is true.
People have been terrible to Bree too. I don't know.
Are they terrible?
I'm not taking responsibility.
Katie is like one of the main people who've been fucking horrible to Bree. And I don't know who Bree is. I don't know what she's done. I don't know if people think she deserves it. Maybe she does. I don't know. But I've heard Katie talk about her. And yeah, Katie's been pretty fucking horrible.
responsibility for anything that I haven't done. So I'm
Arguing with people, Katie would not have me as a mod, or she would say, "Oh, Ray, maybe."
but I don't post content. But if she is being so victimized, then why does she victimize other people? That's all I'm gonna say. Like I don't listen. I don't make edits of Bree. I've never made an edit of Bree. I've never posted a full body photo of Bree. I have never commented on Bree's body size, her face, her head shape, anything. I have said that she's not very good at doing makeup, but that's my opinion. That's about all I've said. And I don't like how she does her eyebrows. You know, like that's my personal opinion. But like the thing about makeup is everyone has their own style and what they like and what they don't like. Some people don't like how I do my makeup. It is what it is. But I don't post content of her and put it on my page, like of her and her worst moments. I just stick to like Cody Brown and Robin Brown for that. I specialize in finding the worst screenshots of Robin and Cody Brown. That's what I do.
I want to say something really quick. If I have been arguing with people, Katie would not have me as a mod, or she would say, "Oh, Ray, maybe go cool down." I'm literally not doing anything. You can leave the live if you want, but I'm not.
Wait, Leslie. Like, Ray, let's not engage in that. Huh? I can't hear you. You're muffled.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, my finger was over the speaker, my bad. I was done a disservice today when they posted in one of the little snarky TikTok things about their mods. They only put Communal and Ray up. They didn't put me up, and now I feel slighted, honestly.
I don't think Camille is even a moderator. So that's weird.
Oh.
Camille's not a moderator.
That's only going to further the issue that this person is telling you. They feel slighted. Oh, well, the person that they did acknowledge isn't even a moderator. I don't even think she's a moderator. Yeah, that's not going to help matters there.
She was on the panel, and I was just kind of laughing, like, and it was just some weird emoji over my profile so you could go see it. I was like, all right.
I mean, I don't like when, like, I don't know. I can't control anyone but myself.
You could
I'm just
barely
saying,
do
I was
that.
done a disservice. They could have put me up there too. Like, that's rude. You left me out.
So I'm sorry, but why do I need to put people up here my age? Faith has 4 kids and she's like 30. I don't know how that, I mean,
So is Katie adding up to 30 plus the ages of the 4 kids and then saying, look, we're the same age? Oh my God. No, and it's true. Like, let's be real here. I mean, you can have some really, really nice people who are both 45 or 25, and you can have some assholes who are 45 or 25. So yeah, I don't think age is going to necessarily make better or nicer people appear on a panel. But with that said, normally I would say you want to maybe have people on panel that you will have a good, I don't know, good rapport with. So someone where you can just, the conversation is going to flow freely and you guys are going to have stuff in common and, you know, kind of be on a little bit on the same wavelength maybe, but a little different though too, you know? So if you have someone who's like 23 and someone who's like 48, yeah, you might have a hard time meshing well, you know? So I get that, but yeah. Then again, Katie just, I think, acts like she's like 30 years old. So it kind of blends actually quite well, maybe.
is 54 years old and acts like a child. I really don't think age has anything to do with it. People that are in their 60s can be assholes.
Yes, this is true. I just said that.
When people start trying to dictate what I do on my platform and say who I should and shouldn't do and how I should manage it, like, I'm not okay with that. Like, I'll take your feedback, but I've been in this game for a long time and I've learned well enough that there's people that are like 15 years older than me that are terrible. And age has nothing to do with it. When it comes to Ray, I always am empathetic. I understand because she has disabilities and she always, like, Ray always will own it. She'll apologize if she does something. She always listens to feedback. Does she not? Do you not, Ray?
I do, and I take that accountability seriously.
And I treat her with respect. And if she offends someone, she'll apologize.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
And to me, all it is about oh, Wildbird. Hey, I want you to come up here.
Hi, Wildbird.
I wanted to ask you something.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, causing chaos, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask you. So I saw your interaction with Bree. I wanted to just ask you, like, what happened last night? What did I miss?
Well, last night.
Is that sound just me? Do you hear like that popping sound? Because I wasn't hearing it a minute ago, but now I'm hearing it, and I just want to make sure it's from the stream and it's not from my earbuds. Because oh my god, it's annoying.
Skip was live and she
I
like
turn
popped
it
into
down.
Skip's live. So, but before that, all right, so I'm sorry, let me backtrack. So yesterday, Starlight was live and Rogie was up on the panel with you and Fancy. You were there. So after that all ended, because you were there, so you know that, Skip went live because she came in and she saw like all the comments saying free Bree and whatever. So she was just trying to figure out like what's going on, what happened with her that's like making people, all of a sudden feel bad for her, whatever. It's a genuine question.
Right.
So everybody was just kind of like, oh, with her spiral, like how she spiraled down out of control or whatever with like doxing her own family and all that. People were starting to feel bad.
Her own family.
Yeah, so Starlight was live, I think a week or two ago, and they were like streaming each other's lives, but it got pretty hectic. And then Bree like went into her own Facebook, and she showed family, doxed her own family on her own live. And then she made a video about, like being weight, and like people started to feel bad because they're like, oh my gosh, this girl's mental health is like really spiraling out of control.
Wait, so I didn't even know. So she's overweight. I had no clue. Even if
No,
she
me neither. I didn't either. So yeah, I just found that out too. It was a picture somebody had up on their live. It's been going around the internet. I don't know. Okay, I've never like. I'm gonna put it like this. When I seen that picture,
So what is
I
she
didn't believe
is?
it
I
was her.
don't understand why that's an issue.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't imagine, that was the case, but that's neither here nor there. So Skip was just trying to figure out what the hell happened, and then Bree came to Skip's live, so she invited her onto the panel. We all dropped down. She invited her onto the panel. She wouldn't get on the panel. She went live on her own. So Skip went over there, and Skip was just like trying to ask some questions just to understand some things. But Skip had said, like, if it's an addiction that's causing her to spiral out, I can give her resources. Like, I want to help her. Skip is very serious about mental health. She's very serious about addiction, So, like, she was being genuine. I'm sorry, go ahead.
She doesn't have one, but she's like, her whole platform is about like talking about the issues that land people in prison and how to help people take care of themselves now.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate about Skip.
Yeah, right. So with Skip went over there and she was just trying to ask questions. And of course she was trying to clarify what she had said, whatever. And then she asked if I could come up because my point for going over there was to go over on behalf of the people. People are tired of being reported. People are tired of modding into lives, reporting people, being vile in a chat. And then they dig these holes that everybody kicks Bree into. So I just wanted to go over there and like say to her.
Like Crystal and Sheena.
Yes.
Okay.
So my point was like,
those two are
What?
they
I'm sorry.
instigate so much.
I saw a notification here from Vada on Twitter, and she shared, I don't know, a screenshot or something of someone saying someone is thinking that I'm Allison. Well, I can play those audio clips of Allison speaking at that time last year, and then you can compare it to her videos, and then you can compare them to me. Okay? That should tell you. Anyway.
Yes, and that was my point.
They riled Bree up.
Yep.
And I was listening to Michelle, and I'll let you continue, but I was listening to Michelle say to her today that like, Sheena's like, you don't tell someone to calm down and blah, blah, blah. And Michelle said, but if she's literally at a place where like, this is affecting her mental health and she's crying on a panel, maybe she needs to take a break.
Yeah, Michelle is awesome. She is so wonderful. She definitely has a bark behind her bite, or a bite behind her bark, but she is very sweet. She is very logical. She is very down to earth, and she doesn't treat anybody with disrespect.
I understand that like when people are anxious, sometimes the worst thing you can say to them is calm down. But like sometimes, I mean, listen, I have a child with autism. We have to talk about zones of regulation. And so when people start getting escalated, we're like, well, you're entering the yellow zone. Do you need a tool to calm down or to like regulate?
Well, I didn't tell her to calm down.
No, I'm just saying like,
yeah, I get what you're saying. Tactics and tools in the toolbox, but digress.
She's escalating. People on the chat are probably just telling her like, we see you're getting escalated and heated. And she was going like, even with you, like the whole thing with the yelling that you guys are doing, which you can continue on.
Wasn't she just saying how she gets really annoyed when people come around and try telling her what she needs to do or what she should do with her channel or on her panel or whatever? And now what is she doing? What is she doing? She's trying to dictate how Bree should be behaving herself or not behaving herself or whatever on her channel, on her profile, whatever you want to call this here on TikTok.
It's like she uses it as an excuse. I'm just emotional. No, you can actually control that behavior. Okay, continue.
Yes, you can. And I did on her panel last night. Like they were really respectful to Skip. Skip tried to get as much out as she could, but they talked a lot, Bree talked a lot over her and just like you could tell Skip was just kind of like getting over it.
Yeah.
But then I went over there to like say, hey, listen, if we all want this to stop, then you have to keep your mods accountable and your followers accountable. I'm gonna tell my friends the same thing, not to be reporting, not to be doing that.
Yeah.
And she yelled at me, she cussed at me, and I stayed calm the whole time. Her chat is vile. Those people in her chat are absolute monsters, man. Like I put the chat away after a while. Sheena was in the chat like, Wildbird talks bad about Bree. Wildbird talks bad about Bree, like hyping it up.
Wildbird and Crystal and Sheena were even in the chat this afternoon doing the same thing.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah, they gaslight people. They hype up the situation. They try to make it more than it is, and that's what they did. And Bree was cussing at me and carrying on. And I told her, I said to her, I said, Bree, calm down. But the reason that I said that to her was because I was triggering her, obviously, right? So as a decent human being, I'm recognizing that. I was asking her to calm down so I could tell her that I was not trying to trigger her. When I went into that live, the first things out of my mouth was, I'm not here to yell. I'm not here to scream. I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to fight. And I will not address your mods because I'm here to talk to you, Bree.
Yeah.
And they didn't like that right off the rip.
I've learned about Bree is that you can't talk to her.
Yeah, that's obvious because I try to talk to her like a civil human being. So she says to me after I asked her to calm down, she says, screaming, would you talk to a person of color like that? And that really aggravated me. Let me preface this with, I am a person of color. Hello, it's me. Hi, I'm a person of color. So I said to her, why are you bringing race into this? Race has nothing to do with this, Bree. Why did we go there?
Because she likes to use a straw man.
Well, she threw me off the panel after that because, like, you know, I was not backing down from that racist shit that she said.
Yeah, and I feel like she does that to try to shut people down, right? Like,
yeah. So I think her tactic to say that to me was assuming that I am a white woman, right? And that I would feel bad or get in my feelings thinking that I said something racist or I was offending, you know, somebody like of a certain race. But all she did was say that to a person of color who's fully capable of being a calm,
All right,
collected,
let's
respectful
go over to the
individual.
next one.
and she's not a person of color.
I think.
You're being offensive.
And she's not a person of color.
No, she's not at all. So after that, she kicked me off the panel, and then they continued to talk crap in their little live, and then they were like streaming the live that we were in, and just being a mess. So then today, Skip was like, you know, if they wanted to talk all that mess because they were talking about her too, then here's their opportunity to come on my panel and say it to my face, like say whatever it is they want to say.
Yeah, Sheena, you're welcome. You're not. I'm just putting that out there, Sheena. I'm sure you're watching this right now. Come up on my panel and tell me to my face that I'm an addict and I sniff my son's prescription meds. Okay, but continue.
So that's where that went, and over there today, and then like we all dropped down from the panel to let Bree's people up there because they must be coddled. The comments have to be turned off. They can only be on the panel with each other. They can't handle anything more than that. But then Skip kicked everybody, and she's like, "Look, I just want Starlight and Bree to talk." And
yeah, I saw that, and I saw you and Bree go at it.
Well, yeah, they pulled me up.
Okay, I'm gonna go down to there was clip 4. I'm gonna play clip 5 now.
The one thing you shouldn't do as a creator is ever weaponize your audience against people. And like, I cover the sister wives, and I don't ever think it's cool for my followers to like go leave nasty comments on their pages. Like, just ignore them. You can leave them
all the time, Katie, and I use you often as an example because you've been around for a very long time. And while you have a big following of people who love and enjoy your content, you also have a lot of people who feel the opposite. But as somebody who's been around for a long time, you just roll with the punches. And when you come on a platform and you discuss anything of the sort, you have to know what you're getting yourself into.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of people who very much dislike the sister wives. So I'm sure there's people who, you know, aligned with you because they also didn't like them or went against you because they did.
Hey, so what do you think she's going to do when the sister wives is no longer on TV? Because they're definitely nearing the end. They're coming up on the end of their run. I think they've been on for like 20 years or some shit like that. And really, they're not even sister wives anymore. Like they all went their separate ways, like pretty much. So what's the point? Why are they still on TV really? So that will mean that the Duggars are gone. Like, I mean, I think you have people coming around and like they barely even know who the Duggars are, you know? So that's not even going to be something that she could really like pull from much longer. Because it seems like the internet has a very short like attention span, and especially when it comes to TV shows and everything, there's a very short attention span. So I think when it comes to talking about TV shows on the internet, there's definitely a really short attention span. So it's not going to be long before she loses the attention for those shows, for the Duggars and for Sister Wives. What does she got left after that? Like, what else has she really watched? I mean, yeah, there's been the other religious families, but like, are they really that big of a thing anymore? I mean, I don't know. This isn't my area, really. It's not my community. So I'm probably not a good judge of, I don't know, accuracy or interest when it comes to these shows. But I mean, she's got to be feeling it. She's got to be feeling like, shit, I'm about to lose. You know, she probably feels like she needs to find something else, something new. And God help whatever that is she finds. Fuck.
Didn't like them. You're gonna
I mean, I have people from the cult that hate me, that think I hate Christians, you know, whatever. And then I have people that hate them. And
yeah, but you don't sit there and be hateful to them, right? Like you're just like, whatever, ignore them. Just ignore them. They follow me everywhere. Just ignore them.
yeah, I mean, I do have a dedicated group of people. They're probably even streaming this on YouTube. Who knows? You know, but I don't care. Like, if that's what gives them purpose in life, have fun. Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
But
I
you
don't
have to
care.
accept it. If you come here and you support,
So if that what gives them purpose in life, what the fuck do you call what you do about TV shows? I mean, it's just basically reacting to TV shows. They're not even live streams. They're uploads, basically. And you react to them. And then you commentate on them. Where's the difference? Where the fuck is the difference? There is no difference.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard, there is a
Oh
whole
yeah, you
half of the
Skip-
world.
Skip, you can come up.
There's a whole half of the world, if not more, that's going to dislike you. It should tell you something when you are the only person crusading for Gypsy Rose Blanchard and you have all of this mess because there's several people crusading against her. What does
Yeah.
that tell you, Miss Ma'am?
Right.
This is
Hi,
a
Skip.
youth.
Hey, I just want to say something. After I ended the live, I guess Dreamcraft went live or someone went live and said I have racist tattoos now.
Oh my God.
And I don't care. I really don't care because like I don't know what else are they gonna say about me. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. I just wanted to say that because if anybody caught that, if they could tell me like how it like started, because like I'm so blown away. Like I don't know.
You know what's weird is like, so my husband, they pull it, like they grasp at straws. So like in the
No.
early days when I first started my YouTube channel, and I've got moderators in my chat and people that are watching that can attest to this, but people started saying that my husband was a white supremacist because he was in a black metal band.
No. See, this is what's so annoying because she can't even fucking be honest about it. Why can't she just tell the truth and just be like, they were wrong. They're idiots. They're assholes. They were wrong. Why can't she just do that? No, she has to make up this whole other elaborate story or excuse rather than admit the truth. And it really, that just shows that with the things that we were saying might have been fucking true because she doesn't even want the hint of them getting out now. No, nobody cared what kind of music her fucking man played. Nobody cared. And me, I grew up on death metal. Okay, so I really black metal. I'm not going to have an issue with that. So they had nothing to do with it. I mean, there were like a lot of things. I think a bunch of little things that kind of added together between the two of them. But when it came to her husband in particular, he's in a band, Canning Dicks, I like to call them, but I guess it's Canning Dares or something. I don't know, but Canning Dicks. And they used to be signed to a record label called Moribund Records, I think. Yeah. Well, no, because one's a recording, one's a record. So okay. So yeah, they were with the label Moribund. And what he had said in an interview in 2019 was that they signed with Moribund because of their global reach. So there was a better chance that their album could get a wider distribution. So they had joined in like 2009. They signed a contract, and the contract was for 10 years and 2 albums. So in 2019, he gave this interview because the end of that contract was coming up. Now, he signed in 2009. The record label Moribund. Now, I'm not saying that they're a racist label or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they did favor or kind of clear the pathway for some questionable or racist bands to sign with them. They claim to have been doing that out of free speech or whatever. Or I don't know. But regardless, that's what they did. And this was known as far back as 2000 or 2001. There was an internet news article about it. And there were other things over the years on the internet, long before 2009. So when her husband signed with this record label, and this is one of the biggest and oldest record labels in this genre of music, okay? So when her husband signed with this record label, there's no way he didn't know or he wasn't familiar with this record label. He knew about their distribution reach. Surely he must have known about their other signing practices, So he completed the terms of his contract, and then they went to another recording or another record label. And the new label was Bind Rune Recordings. And from what I could see, for all intents and purposes, Bind Rune does seem to be one of the more inclusive recording labels or whatever that I've kind of crossed paths with, I guess, in this genre. So I just want to put that out there. So yeah, so that's what happened there. But when this got out that he was signed with this record label, Katie went on the defensive and saying, no, he left that record label. He's got a new label now. And he left because they were signing racist bands or whatever. And that's not the case. You know, just admit it. Just say, listen, my priorities were at the time, they were fucked up. I was cared about distribution more than I cared about image or whatever, more than I cared about whatever. Just say it. People make mistakes. People change and evolve and grow. It's only going to make you come across more endearing if you do that. But by flat out denying it and doubling down, well, you just look completely, totally disingenuous now. No one's going to care to listen what you say, what you have to say. In my opinion.
And he used runes and
the runes.
Right.
I know.
And he's not. It's just people being ignorant. I've never seen any on. I mean, you have a ton of tats.
Yeah, I don't have any racist tattoo. They might be saying that because
it's just dawning on me too. Like all of this is now lost now that the subreddit is gone. I mean, it's not lost. It's it's up in the Discord, I think, for the most part, and it's up in the original Facebook group. But those things are not accessible really by the public. Well, the Discord is, but you just have to know about it and you have to join. But the Facebook group isn't. So but unless you are searching through some of these channels, like way older videos, you're not going to know about this. I think I might redo a couple of these videos just to get the shit out there, including this one here with the runes, the fucking runes. I mean, oh my God, they're so stupid.
because I was in prison. That's probably just like a stereotypical thing that they're coming up with, or the whole racist thing with Bree. Maybe they're just trying to project it onto me now. I don't know, but I don't even care at this point.
Someone just said, I heard all last week that y'all worship with drums in the backyard. Oh yeah, that's another thing they say is that we sacrifice bodies.
No one ever said that.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that one.
I volunteer as tribute, Katie.
But I think what happened with that, as far as them saying that about Skip, is they saw how much support there was and people saying, no, what you said was absolutely racism. That's not okay. That they decided they were going to take it, flip it, script it, and throw it back on this side so that they can run support.
Right. I mean, honestly, what Bree is doing is, and I can't tell if Bree's just being the flying monkey for narcissists, Christy and Gypsy, or if Bree is also a narcissist herself. Because
I want to add this too, when I've ever talked about these things with Katie involving race or whatever, race divides and shit, I never accused her of being racist because I don't feel like that's my place. It's not my place to speak, really. I do think that the things that she says and does often are racially insensitive, but I wouldn't come right out and call her racist. I mean, I feel like it's just, I don't know. I don't know all the faces of racism, so I don't feel like I can really make that call. I mean, there's the more obvious in your face kinds forms of racism, which I think we can all pretty much call out, but above and beyond that, I don't think it's my place. But I think, spot racially insensitive behavior, and that's what I think Katie exhibits often, and so I do too. I mean, I don't see how you can really be white in America and raised in this country and not be racially insensitive at times. I mean, it's just, I mean, acknowledging it though is the important part, I think.
Bree uses a lot of the same narcissistic tactics. She does deflection, projection, gaslighting, double speak, word salad,
talking over you super fast,
talking over you, moving the goalpost, using straw man arguments, weaponizing populations against people. She loves to accuse people of invalidating people's whatever, and yet she constantly invalidates.
Oh, you mean kind of like people on Twitter who, I don't know, want to accuse others of, I don't even know, name it, fucking name it. Like Katie's little minions over there. Yeah.
Okay,
you know
so
who you
I
are.
saw it a month or two ago. Someone made a meme of Gypsy like a dog, right, with a big hydrocephalus, and they said they were going to name it Vaughn, right? My son has hydrocephalus, and when that post was going around, Bree was live on her TikTok, and she found a filter where she looked kind of like that dog and the guy had a really big head. She's like, oh, I kind of look.
Is it just me, or do you kind of, when you hear the story, do you kind of get, I don't know, a deja vu feeling? Like when Katie went on her channel and started accusing Little Red of showing up in her comment section, calling her son the R word, when it clearly wasn't Little Red. And but Katie really wanted it to be Little Red. She really wanted to sell that image there. I feel like this is deja vu. That I'm just listening to a newer example of that.
Look like.
Yeah, they're vile. They're vile.
Like
over
she's
there.
talking about my child.
Yeah,
They
that ain't
justify.
right. Yeah, they validate it. They validate everything that they do, invalidate anything that someone else does. They find offensive.
And you, yeah, and then if you join, and if you confront them, what I heard them doing on Skip's live was saying, I don't remember that.
Yeah, they kept telling that to Skip again and again. Yep.
Like, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. And I'm like, oh my God, that's also what narcissists do. They have selective amnesia. Doesn't anyone watch The Sister Wives? Robin can't remember anything ever.
Yeah,
She
no, well,
doesn't.
Sheena does that all the time. She'll be like, I didn't say that, I didn't do that, but people were in Skip's chat, like, Skip, I have recording, I have screenshots. They did that to me last night. They accused me of doing things that I've never done. They accused me of saying, well, yeah, and everybody's entitled to their opinions and to say how they feel and what they want to feel. And if this is their platform, you don't get to desensitize it, or you don't get to, like muzzle it or say what's going on. I mean, they tried that shit on Skip's panel today, telling people when to shut up and when they weren't going to talk. The only person that should be doing that is Skip.
No, Fancy, it wasn't Titania. It was Tatty Anna. That was their name, Tatty Anna. I don't know if that's Titania.
Well, since when did
but-
fucking Katie and Fancy become friends again?
I was on a panel with you yesterday, Fancy, and apparently you went on your channel and told everyone I'm a horrible, terrible person. So thank you for that. I didn't
You're
trigger
welcome.
you though,
I
and I
just what I
have
would've
taken
said.
accountability.
Sure did.
So,
Sure did. She sure did.
like,
Everybody just needs to stop perpetuating the hateful shit. Look,
I did go, yeah. So here's the thing, April, Fancy. Like, I was on a live, I answered questions, and you decided to go to your channel and accuse me of causing you to go off on people.
See, that kind of annoys me. How obviously Fancy wants to be known as Fancy. Otherwise, she wouldn't have put that name out there. But Katie wants to disrespect her and just, try to cut her off at the feet there, and just wants to call her April. But, and rightfully so, if, well, no, not even if, Katie there has a mod who's a trans woman or a trans female. So if someone were to have called Scarlett by Scarlett's dead name, Katie Joy would have rightfully so thrown a fit, and I fully support that. But when it comes to Fancy, they're wanting to be known as Fancy. No, she can't do that. She's gonna just fucking try to undermine her and just keep calling her April.
In the chat, which I had no part of. You can own your behavior without blaming me, and you can also talk about things without calling me a bad person. If you don't like me, that's fine, but then don't be nice to my face and then go to your channel and say you hate me.
Why not?
Like, I've tried to squash it with you a million times, but every time we try to squash it.
I'm sorry, Fancy comes up again, doesn't she? I don't really feel like her.
Well,
left the panel. But then she actually said things that were making sense to me. I didn't have a problem with her until she started telling me to calm down when I had actual valid feelings for what these people have done to me for years, including for the last 8 years.
So that's part 5. We're going to go up to part 6 now. All right, I don't care about that. Okay, this one I want to play.
All this stuff to Lena, for a long
I'm
time.
going to skip ahead a little bit.
Accusing me of bullying Kate Marie when I don't even know this girl.
Right.
That was my crash course in Bree. And when Bree started getting everything Bree started doing, people were attaching me to because they knew that I was friends with the family, but I didn't know Bree. And I'm like, the family should have known better because
Exactly,
they
Renelle,
know that I don't play like Bree plays. I don't.
Yep, Renelle said it too. I think Katie made that post, like she accused Little Red of calling her son the R word. Exactly. Because I mean, think about it. No one's going to think to put an animal, a pet, up on screen in a screenshot with hydrocephalus. Who the fuck is going to think of that? And I'm sorry, all of us like have been around for like how long? Nobody did some stupid shit like that already. You know, it's just like it. I feel like, in my opinion, this is just another example of Katie using her son and throwing her son out in the middle of shit in the most degrading of ways to try to fucking make someone look bad. You know, or try to, like, I don't know, improve her image or something. You know, like, look, I'm just the poor helpless mom with the poor helpless son who people are posting these really ugly photos of online or whatever, even though they're not, and it's probably me. You know, okay, whatever. I digress. Cat, don't start your shit.
Like
No,
that.
get off the keyboard.
I know you don't. Okay.
And so people are pulling me into this stuff, and I'm like, I didn't do that. I'm not doing that. That's not how I am. Like, what are you guys talking about? And I'm like talking to Vicky about it, and I'm like, what is this girl doing? So I had to go find her, and Vicky's like, yeah, I don't really know. And then Vicky got sick. So when all of this stuff was going on, Vicky ended up getting sick with like some sort of, I don't know. She lost all this weight. She had to go to the hospital. She had something going on. I don't remember. So Vicky was kind of MIA for a while, and that's when Bree really sunk her tentacles into that. So Vicky wasn't there to be like steady the course, and Bree sinks in, and then Bree's like going crazy, and I'm like saying to Christy, I'm like, is this really what you guys stand for? Because this is not me. Stop. If this is what you guys approve and want to be a part of, I'm not down with this. This isn't gonna. I told her, I said, this isn't helping you. This is making you guys look terrible.
I understand. I understand. I've had the same fucking things, okay? Katie, I think we have a misunderstanding because we both have some of the same issues. We both have some of the same insecurities, and we don't communicate well because of it, okay? The only reason I was upset with you was because I was like, why would she lie about me being a felon? Because you were the first person to do that. And I don't know if they told you that and you just believed them. Or I'm going to forward my family a little bit. So I'm sorry. Or
to get in touch, I keep saying, Christy, show up with one of your sock puppet accounts, because I know you have 8,000 of them, and come into this chat and say it to my face. Like, stop. Christy uses other people and like makes them do her dirty work.
Yeah, I've been saying that for 8 years. 6, really, because that's when I broke off things with her.
Christy's a narcissist. She has to be.
I know. I agree with you.
Because she doesn't claim to have any, she doesn't claim to have.
I'm sorry, call me crazy, but if someone just throws around the word narcissist to everyone that they have an issue with, or everyone that they kind of spar with or whatever, then I don't know, just something about me, it just screams that, no, that would be you that's a narcissist, not everyone else. Because why? Like, I don't think I've ever called anyone a narcissist in my entire life until Katie Joy and I learned about communal narcissism. So yeah, I can't imagine being that worried and consumed about narcissism unless you were, in fact, told that you were a narcissist throughout your life, maybe. My opinion.
Anxiety. She doesn't claim to have depression.
Yeah, I know, babe. And when you see what if you come to my live tonight, you're going to understand a lot of what I'm saying. I have messages between two people, Sabrina Bell, who is like Calico Bell, Bell, whatever. There's a million different things she goes by. And she comes up on Bree's panel all the time. And she is connected to my ex-partner, Tori, and this guy named Crafton Barnes. Crafton Barnes is who is behind my Dramatica page. He's who has this other Gypsy by Proxy page. But back in 2021, he approached my friends that are my OGs. Like, he approached some of them that were the ones that came to me and told me that they thought Christy set me up, okay, and that she had done this before to lots of people. And so
they did not, like, they didn't tell me a lot of what they were doing. I honestly think that if they would have told me, they knew that I wouldn't have been down with them.
You wouldn't have been down with any of it. I understand that. That's why I couldn't figure it out.
Because
Like,
when I
they
came to you,
siloed
I thought you were a
me
pretty decent person when I came to you, and then I was like,
they
well, what the
siloed
hell?
me into a place where like I was very insulated from all of this.
Mhm.
And they never wanted to bring me into stuff
I know.
because
So-
they always like respected my platform, which I
Right.
always thought was weird because then they were using all these. And I would have conversations with her. Like one day I saw you posting stuff of like stuff with Ryan Lee, and
Right.
it was when Ryan was friends with Christy, and I was like, who's Ryan Lee?
Right.
And then I said to Christy, I'm like, how many content creators do you talk to?
I know, every single one of them. If they'll do her bidding, that's the thing. And so, like with Christy, it's always been like that. She uses people against each other to do her dirty work, and that's who Don Brown always was. And so I had hoped that when Don passed, that maybe some of this stuff would simmer down, but it hasn't. So Crafton though is back from 2021. After I was no longer on Facebook, I was no longer going after Natasha at all. I told every single person that came to me and told me, hey, do you have this? Do you have that? I said, I'm not giving anybody anything. I won't talk to you guys. I'm not talking to anybody unless it's law enforcement. Because many people have tried to take Natasha down and it never happens. And then you guys turn coat and you run away because you're scared of Natasha because she's very, very, oh, Belle just came in. Good. Ryan just told me that Belle just came in.
Wait, who's Belle?
That's the one I'm talking about right now, Belle and Crafton.
Wait, is that Festering Fancy?
Yes. Well, I think Festering Fancy might be Jasmine, but yes, she is with that group. That's the whole group of them. The Reddit group, that's all them. So we have these messages between her and this guy named Crafton, like I'm saying, and Crafton had come to my friend Dottie and said,
I'm
hey,
just saying that Festering Fancy is blocked.
yes, thank you. Yeah, Festering, I know you're not. Are you Jasmine? Have a good one. So, I didn't even know who he was. I didn't remember.
All right, now my earbuds are dead. All right.
It because I refused to participate. So when I went to go find out if Tori had ever said the name to me, Crafton Barnes, because I kept telling Brandy, I swear I've heard that name before. And she goes, yeah, but I knew Crafton for years before he even met Tori. And I said, well, how did you know him? And she's like, well, back in the day. So then when I typed it in, only one time did Crafton Barnes come up. And it was from my friend Dottie showing me that he wanted to take Natasha down. And what happened is all that fell apart. And I don't know how he got hooked into everybody else, but he has been running everything with this girl, Belle and Tori. And I believe Dawn was doing it before she passed, and maybe a handful of other people, and they run everybody. It's really bad. So I always thought it was Brandy. She always thought
You say this with your whole chest that I was an Addie, which is completely false.
Yep. And it doesn't say nothing about Bree who's over there sniffling, going off. It didn't respond to me in the comments, but it's paramedic. I said it about Bree, and I stand 10 toes down on it. Thank you very much. Don't
How
take it
dare
back.
you?
Okay, so now someone else came into chat. What was it? I just had it up here. So who was that on? There was Skip or oh wait, no, that's right. I think am I in 6? No, 7. Okay. Sheena. I think that's who it is. Sheena comes in.
I watched the clip. I was watching the live of her literally saying, I'm going to stand out with my chest. I am 16 years sober. And you are, Strawberry said she didn't say that.
This is their tactic though. They like to say they have selective memory over there.
They do. They always do. She said I was alcoholic. I needed to put the bottle down, and that she's confident because of her own addiction that I'm also an addict.
Yep. I know.
So Sheena, I'm great. 16 years of sobriety is amazing, but it sounds like you're doing a little bit of your projecting, and apparently you're so confident in your or insecure in your sobriety yourself that you need to project your addiction onto other people.
You were accusing me of abusing medication my son takes that he's not even prescribed. And then you were sitting there laughing with Bree while you guys discussed that I snort Addy, which is completely false.
I agree, Stella.
Yep. And it doesn't say nothing about Bree who's over there sniffling, going off camera every 5 minutes and has 16-hour day lives with no sleep, right? Because that's normal. That's normal.
I've never even accused any of them of that, but I have in writing them accusing me of it. They've also accused me of being psychotic. They've also accused me of having BPD. They've also accused me of having not just bipolar 2, but bipolar 1, which actually my doctors have determined that I just was circumstantially in my life. I have been conditioned to be in a flight or fight mode at all times. That's why I appear to be bipolar. I'm not really bipolar. That's why I don't have to take medication for it anymore. I take medications for my anxiety and my depression, and I'm doing very well with that, except for when these people do the crap that they do.
Also, Amelia, goodbye. But Sheena, you were in my chat running your mouth and now you're suddenly quiet. It's really funny how you are so confident in the bullshit that comes out of your mouth. And yet when you're actually confronted with it, you have nothing to say. Also, if you are getting your PhD in criminal science, you should be able to profile better. And you should know that you're being manipulated and lied to by the Blanchards. And the fact that you decided one day that you needed to reach out to Bree because how could Katie Joy be saying something so bad about Bree without even knowing the history between the Blanchards and I and Bree, and you just automatically assumed that Bree was the victim here? It's just weird as fuck to literally insert yourself into someone's life that you don't know and then become her cheerleader and start bullying people that talk about her.
Oh my God.
You're a 54-year-old woman that's getting a PhD. What the fuck is wrong with you?
She just completely and totally described herself other than the 40-something-year-old woman getting a PhD or something, because Katie's not going to make school. Come on now. But yeah, I feel gaslit right now. Seriously.
I agree. Katie, we can have this conversation. If you'll unblock me on Instagram, we'll talk. And I think we should share some information. Whether we like each other or not is irrelevant, okay?
I'm done. I don't have anything against you, Fancy. And I
don't have anything against you either.
I want this to be over.
I do too. That's all I want. I do too. Hang on just one second, Katie. Not you, the other Katie. I've got to go because my husband's going to record his show. But thank you, Katie. I'm glad that we had this conversation. And let's have more, because I think if we put things together, we will know all the truth all together. And I'm pretty close to getting it myself. So, but I think that you and I might have just some missing pieces. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Katie. Have a good day.
So
I don't know how to get out. It doesn't ever let me out.
I'll get you out.
Thank you.
Okay. Sheena has nothing to say. You have nothing to say, Sheena. You said, I'm going to puff my chest out and say it with my whole chest. Isn't that what you said, Sheena? You're going to say it with your whole chest.
That's what she said. That is what she said.
Now she's hiding. That was a beautiful moment. That was a good stream.
And you laughed about my parenting, and you guys literally mocked my child with a disability. And Bree pretended like she was a dog with hydrocephalus because that dog was my son. What the fuck is wrong with you, Sheena?
None of that happened. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. So now I need the next one.
She was Nina's. She was who leaked all this stuff to Nina. Yeah.
Wait.
Who the fuck picks on an 11-year-old boy with disabilities? And you're advocating for someone that you claim was abused, and you're literally picking on a child that's not a public figure? And you're encouraging to do it, and then you have the audacity to come into my lives? And you accuse me of taking his meds on medication that he's not even prescribed? And you were literally, I heard you on Skip, you said if you don't have a high school degree, don't even come at.
That is a very, very good point, Renelle. It's amazing how suddenly Katie doesn't have a problem with Fancy being associated with a person she claims was harming her family. That's right. That was one of the things that she threw at Fancy. Oh, no, because you associate with this person that's harming my family. This person, right, I have a TRO out against or whatever. Yep, but now it's all good. Now it's all good. Yep. What the hell happened? Why is that?
She was Nina's. She was who leaked all this stuff to Nina. Yeah, for a long time.
But then she would tell me that she didn't know certain things, which I thought was
Yeah.
weird.
Oh, I can show you all those text messages from the last 8 years, which did the same thing to me, Katie. The problem is that none of you guys know all the players like I do because they were.
Who the fuck picks on an 11-year-old boy with disabilities? And you're advocating for someone that you claim was abused, and you're literally picking on a child that's not a public figure? And you're encouraging Bree to do it, and then you have the audacity to come into my lives? And you accuse me of taking his meds on medication that he's not even prescribed? And you were literally, I heard you on Skip, you said if you don't have a high school degree, don't even come at you. Well, girl, I have a bachelor's degree in some graduate classes, so I guess I got some education here. But I'll tell you one thing, honey, a PhD doesn't give you the smarts that you need, or the social intellect, or the compassion or empathy, because you act like a schoolyard bully.
That's right, Katie. Tell her about herself.
Tell it. Picking on a child and an amazing
my
mother that
God.
takes care of her child. Shameful behavior.
Oh my
Shame.
God.
You were literally on that live while your friend Bree sat for 16 hours. God knows what was going on with her.
Oh, we know what it was, Kate.
Well, I'm not even going to speculate.
It was a lot.
I'm gonna speculate all day. Like I said, 10 toes. 10 toes, Sheena.
I'm 10 toes down on this, Sheena, that no addict in recovery that I know goes off on platforms and accuses other people. Because I'm pretty sure one of the benchmarks of recovery is to own your own problems and not project them onto other people. And you're actually doing addict behavior by projecting your problems onto me. That's how you can still be a dry drunk or a dry pill popper. You can still be active in your addiction.
Funny, because Katie's been the one who's been calling everyone else addicts and drunks and whatever else. Oh, go drink some more tequila there, Robin, or, you know.
If you're literally using your coping mechanisms to accuse other people.
Mm-hmm.
Are you really sober?
Calling other people, what, meth head? There was that too.
Or do you got something you need to talk about, girl?
I'll be a shoulder, Sheena. I got you.
Jessica says, they sure don't. I am in recovery. And she literally is gone. She suddenly has nothing to say. Completely gone.
She's not gone.
It's just, you can talk so big, Sheena. You know, when I heard about how you entered this story, it made me feel like you were like a stage 5 clinger. This is what you admitted to today on Skip's channel. And by the way, I love Skip, okay? I love her. I will ride for Skip and defend her. And if anyone bullies her, I will come for you. And everyone here knows that, right? Right, Faith? We ride at dawn for Skip.
I just go wherever Katie goes.
Same Faith. We're just next to each other.
Like, we don't condone her like past, but Skip owns her past and is doing good in this world. Because you can actually go to prison and come out reformed. It's possible.
You can.
And Skip, having gone through the system, has every right to speak on it and what she sees in Gypsy. Because Skip knows what you need to do. So does Rachel. If anyone has a right to speak on Gypsy and her lack of reform, it would be 2 people that actually put in the time and the effort and the work to get better and change their lives.
So maybe that's why they're.
Oh, people are like, yes. Okay, all these people are asking. I don't know who all these people are. Like, Crystal.
Maybe that's why Sheena's been like kind of talking on you, because she's gotten to a point where she's improved her life and she can see that you might need to as well. Maybe.
Wait, is this the Crystal? No, like, did you guys ask to come on here, Stephanie?
The Crystal, 1965. She's actually works for the funeral home you and Fancy were talking about.
Who?
She wanted to add. She's right there. Christy M. 1965. I did. Yeah, right there. Said in the chat. She works for the funeral home you and Fancy were talking about. She wanted to shed some light on the
She didn't ask. I think she said her husband's obituary was placed there and it wasn't true or something.
Oh, I don't know. She commented and asked if she could come up. She was in the comments when she asked. I told her to wait 1 second while you and Fancy were having a in-depth conversation.
Peter Pipe says I have an attitude. Okay, that's cool. But I don't like all these people. Horror Girl, Mishy, Paz, and who's Horror Girl 100? No, or Mishy 1. Mishy 1. Did you guys mean to? You had an experience with them. Okay.
Guys, Katie's not on social media to make new friends, so just stop trying to be a friend.
Mishy is a Bree friend? Oh, she wants to come up.
Hey, Mishy. How are you? Oh, sorry. I was premature.
Hey.
Oh, Mishy didn't want to come up. I guess.
No, why don't you want to come up?
We're inviting you with open arms.
Open arms.
Pause and laws. Always working with no people following. See, Fritz 143 is like, oh, she's a grandma. I don't know who these people are. Someone named user 959-814-1679224. Who are you? Oh, you're probably Christy.
I'm glad that Mishy or Mushy is a Blanchard friend, so good for her.
Good for her.
I don't know, Samantha Bennett. I don't think half these people meant to actually come up. So I'm just gonna like, if you actually did this by accident, I'm just gonna say no to everyone. There's like 20 people that are trying to come up here and I don't think they meant to.
Sheena left when she got called out the same as she would answer me in the comments.
It's so weird that Sheena has so much confidence about who I am when she's on Bree's channel, but she can't respond. I know Detective One Footsie says, why did she get called out? She left. Renee, I don't think you meant to request Renee. Yours was accidental. Yeah, I figured. Sheena hid, no way, right? And here's the thing, I don't care who Sheena is. I don't care. I don't know anything about her. I only heard her say with her own mouth that she was 16 years in sobriety and that she knew that I was an addict. I heard her say that with her own mouth. And then, you know what they'll say is, she didn't say that. That's not what happened. I have selective amnesia. I inserted myself into the story because I saw Bree getting like attacked by this Katie Joy lady. And I was like, why would this Katie Joy be talking about this Bree lady? That's what she said.
It's so funny to me, that panel.
How could you be getting a PhD in criminal justice and literally think that anything that comes out of the mouth of a sociopathic murderer is truth?
You know, when I was recording one of Bree's lives, this was several weeks ago, I guess one of the ladies in her panel follow me and they saw that I was recording. So they took a screenshot of the image my picture that you're seeing now, blew it up.
Wait.
Then put it.
She said she was up the other night saying you drank through your whole pregnancy. Who said that? Did Sheena say that about me?
What?
Is that what
Why
Sheena
would I
said?
say that? That's awful.
Oh, that doesn't, okay. I did not drink during my pregnancy.
Sheena's gonna have to catch me outside.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go. Catch me outside, Sheena. How about that?
Oh God.
Catch me outside. How about that?
People are awful. They were making fun of my hair, and I'm like, "Are you serious?"
I'm not gonna sue them. No.
It says Nikki.
Like, don't.
Hey, like 2012 called and like they didn't like you back then either. So
Encourage that shit. That's just frivolous bullshit. Like, I'm not gonna sue them for that. Like, what?
For what?
For what? To waste 2 years of time in court?
I don't realize that they were with you during your prenatal appointments. Katie, were they there?
They got their paperwork. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I definitely did not drink during my pregnancy. I didn't drink. I didn't smoke. I didn't eat. I hardly ate lunch meat. I had like I was a huge at that time in my life a huge sushi eater. Gave up sushi, like everything that you weren't supposed to eat. Like I literally gave up.
Wait, you can't eat lunch meat when pregnant?
Yeah, there's something about listeria.
Oh, see, I didn't know. I knew that about sushi and a couple other things, but I had no idea about
You
lunch
can't
meat.
have a lot of stuff while you're pregnant. You can't have unwashed like vegetables. Even if you eat like a salad, it could have listeria in it. Vegetables could have listeria on it. Lunch meat, sushi, tuna fish has too much what is that? Mercury in it. There's a lot of stuff you can't do while you're pregnant or eat.
Yeah, you can't eat raw fish. You can't eat certain like fish that has too much mercury. You can't. It's what is it in the lunch meats again? It's like can't remember. Like you can have a little bit of it, but you can't have a lot of it.
See, I had no idea. That's news to me.
Listeria. That's what I thought it was. Listeria. I wasn't a smoker, so I didn't smoke. I didn't drink. Nitrates. That's what it is. Got it.
You were told to not stop smoking when you were pregnant? What? What doctor would say that?
yeah, no kidding.
That's weird.
Well, no, like let's.
Some old school doctors, if you're already a heavy smoker, when you become pregnant, they tell you to wean yourself down because
I don't know what you
your appointments with you and has been stalking you for
Damn it.
guys there. But I don't know how else to apologize. I'm not going by myself.
What are you talking about? No one said screenshots. Why would there be screenshots?
Okay, yeah, that was that one. So now number 9. Yep, okay.
I've noticed that in some of the lives, actually, when we're having a certain discussion, some people will randomly ask where are the screenshots, or they'll ask about Nick, or where are the screenshots, and I don't really respond to those, but I find it interesting.
Oh, usually they end up being a bot.
Lolo can go kiss my ass. They're a bot. They think that because I explained there was a case that I had to cover, and they were describing SA and they were calling it digital penetration. And people were like, "What's digital penetration?" And I put up my fingers. Digital penetration.
Wait,
like SA, sexual abuse.
Okay, yeah, no, you didn't need to do that though. The literal definition for what that phrase means is in the phrase digital. Okay, come on. You really didn't need to act it out several times over and talk about it in graphic detail. You really didn't need to do that.
Oh, okay.
On a screen?
That's all I did. And they said that I was teaching people how to abuse their children.
That's a weird thing to say.
That's
Right?
very odd. People don't already do that or can just do it. They don't have to learn from anybody. Like,
She also admitted to looking up that specific video that she's talking about, looking into it, trying to learn all that she could about it, and the director, producer, whatever it is, and that she found an image from the film and she found it on Facebook, and then she went into graphic detail explaining what that image was, and she's saying how she can't unsee the shit now or whatever. Like, no one asked you to go looking for it. No one did. You did that because you wanted to. No one was paying you to do it. You weren't on assignment. No one assigned this task to you. You took it upon yourself to do it because you wanted to do it. That's fucking twisted. I don't care.
Yeah, like, so it was Josh Duggar's criminal case. And so they were saying that because I answered a question in the chat, because someone said, what is digital penetration? And I just put up my fingers and I said, fingers, digital. And so they said I was teaching people how to essay their children.
that's really weird.
Right.
I don't know how I feel about that. That's weird.
I'm gonna put, I'm gonna put a link in the chat. I'm gonna go grab it now. I'm gonna put it in live chat. Trigger warning though for this video, but this is a video where I show her doing exactly what she did that she's talking about here, along with all the other times she did it. It's like a 7-minute long video, I think. No, I forget how long it is, but it's just nothing but her doing the most disgusting, graphic, triggering shit. So trigger warning.
I was explaining what the court record said. And then they also accused me of downloading the content that was found in Josh's computer that he's in prison for.
That's weird how people take that out of context, that you don't need to watch in order to read court reports or
that was the most vile case I've ever had to cover. I had nightmares. And like,
you didn't have to cover it.
Yeah. So I'm teaching people how to essay a child. Like, they're so dumb. Like, Nikki will say that I have Daisy's destruction on my computer. And I'm like, you do realize that
That's weird how people take that out of context, that you don't need to watch in order to read court reports or
that was the most vile case I've ever had to cover. I had
That
nightmares.
was the most vile case I ever had to cover. No, fam. No, you didn't. You didn't have to cover it. You didn't have to do a fucking thing. You did it because you wanted to.
And like, yeah. So I'm teaching people how to essay a child. Like, they're so dumb. Like, Nikki will say that I have Daisy's destruction on my computer. And I'm like, you do realize that actually existed on my computer, I would probably be arrested.
Exactly.
Like, that is a flagged, like, downloadable thing that the feds find everywhere. Like, that's insanity to even assume that I would have something like that. Like, that video is the shit that nightmares are made of. They killed a child in that video.
I am
sick. Just because people talk about something doesn't mean that they actually have something on their computer or have done it. I feel like I have to say that because some people don't know.
Yeah, and it wasn't a detective. It was the agent from the Department of Homeland Security. He testified that it was one of the worst videos he'd ever had to see in his entire career.
I feel awful for him. Like, I wonder how he's coping in this world after having seen that.
Well, I think they're, like, in a way desensitized to it. I feel bad for the jury.
Yes, that too. Yes.
Katie, I texted you. So
yeah, I saw that. Yep.
Is there tea? Okay.
No.
No, it's not. No, it's Faith taking accountability. And Sheena wants to come up on my panel.
Please.
Please, I'll count it as my Christmas present, Katie. I promise I will.
Please, I'll be good.
Sheena,
Listen,
no.
I'm home. I couldn't talk earlier, but I'm not going to have anyone talk to me when I can't respond back. So,
you dare
got
accuse
about
me.
5 minutes, and I'll listen to what you have to say.
Sheena, I listened to you accuse me of abusing alcohol when I was pregnant. Never happened. And I literally heard you say, I'm going to say this with my whole chest. Katie needs to put the bottle down and stop abusing prescription drugs, none of which I do. You accuse me of being an alcoholic and abusing my son's prescription medications, sniffing Addy, and being a drug addict, none of which I am. And you were confident. You were so fucking confident.
And I won 30 seconds.
And you are 100% wrong. You did a video and accused me, or you were on some panel accusing me of drinking my entire pregnancy. I didn't drink a drop. Where the fuck does this come out from, huh?
Tell me you're done and respond.
There's no response other than saying you're sorry.
Wrong.
No.
First of all, I never accused you of drinking while you were pregnant. I don't know how many kids you have. I know you have one that's 3 or 4, I've heard. Don't know anything about him. I saw a bottle on the table, and I said, while people are accusing Brie of things, they need to push the bottle away from their face.
No, that's not what you said. That is not what you said. You said that you had been sober for 16 years and you knew an addict when you saw one. And you accused me of being an alcoholic and a drug addict. And Brie, I was watching, don't gaslight me.
I need receipts. I need receipts on that.
Oh, you always have selective amnesia. Faith was
I
there
don't
too.
ever recall accusing you of being a drug addict.
You said I abused Faith. What did she say?
That you abused Adderall and
okay, I want receipts. Want receipts.
You said it, and then Brie said that I sniffed them.
Want receipts.
You have them.
Well, I did see a video of you like hunting them down. I mean, you were hunting them hard. I don't know what you do with them, but you know. But here's the thing, Katie, you have to understand, I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change.
How about you just say you're sorry and you were wrong?
I'm not going to say that because I don't feel that, and it wouldn't be sincere.
So you're in my house and you know that I'm abusing drugs?
I don't ever remember accusing you of abusing drugs.
You just said I hunted down Adderall. There's no video of me hunting down Adderall.
But I also said I don't know what you do with them or whatever. I just said that.
Okay, Sheena, listen, I'll tell you what I do with them. Sheena, I have ADHD. I'm prescribed medication for my ADHD, and I take them as prescribed. I take one per day of a controlled medication that is prescribed to me by a doctor.
Okay.
I don't hunt shit down. I get them from a pharmacy.
Okay. All right.
I don't sniff shit.
What do you want now?
I want you to say you're sorry and that you were wrong.
Not going to happen.
You were wrong. You were wrong.
You're looking for something here you're not going to find. You're just not going to find it.
You are 54 years old and a
Pull it out.
Bitch.
Pull it out. I said, show me the receipts. Pull it out.
It's in your ass.
She's a fucking bitch.
It's in your ass.
The receipts are in her ass. I said it.
Oh my God, what a bunch of pussies.
I can't.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry, Katie.
I'm sorry. Oh my God, I don't like to say that, but really, they're there. She is. Oh my God, I want you to admit you were wrong and apologize. No, okay, goodbye. You're such a bitch. Like, talk with her more. If you're so confident that you're not this drug addict that she says you are, then discuss it with her. You know what? No, you either just subscribe to my way of thinking or fuck off. Wow. Oh my God. I'm not surprised though.
Yeah. Hello, Starlight. Oh, look at Sheena, the moral authority of TikTok. Exactly. I'm sorry. That woman is a bitch. Like, how do you I'm telling you?
And she's literally saying you're not going to give an apology. Well, then I'm not going to apologize for what I said about Brie then, and I still stand on it.
I say what I said. Said what I said. There's an awful woman right there. It's pity.
She says, "Give me the receipt." How many of you guys were watching that live when she said that about me? If you were in the chat and you heard her say she was going to sit out with her puff her chest out and was going to say that I'm an alcoholic and a drug user and abusing drugs, tap 1 and throw some likes up there, because I did not. I'm not imagining this. I'm going to say it with my whole chest.
Why didn't Katie capture it then? You know?
Yeah, that's a really sad woman. It's very sad. Much pity to be had.
And Detective Juan says I have it recorded.
Oh, there's those receipts.
The absolute fact that she literally said we're not going to change her. We didn't ask to change you. We asked you to stop spreading misinformation about everyone else. That's all we said. We didn't ask you to come join us. God forbid you leave your cult. Don't let your cult leader know that you're over here.
Someone's got to tell Brie. Someone's got to tell her.
I'm pretty sure that Hello Starlight even has it on her channel, if I'm thinking correctly. But we watched it. We were watching you because we were streaming it here. So I had a whole couple hundred people hear you say it, Sheena.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine what she's like in real life?
I think she's doing what a narcissist does.
That was a narcissist. Yeah. You know how many times I have receipts of things that were said to me and they go, I never said that. And then they start raging, going, oh my goodness.
Or they say that I didn't mean it that way, or you read it wrong, or you took it wrong.
How are you going to get on someone's panel and say I'm not going to apologize and I'm not wrong when they're absolutely 100% wrong?
Someone pull out the receipts and tag
I'd like
us.
to know what video they have of me hunting down Adderall. It doesn't exist. Hunting it down? I'm
kind of curious
hunt it
about
down,
this.
call a pharmacy.
I want to know what they're talking about.
I think they meant going on the street.
I think I'm going to wrap this up here. I just want to come and say hi and hang out for a little bit. I know I haven't been able to stream much lately. I think I might stream though tomorrow before I go into work, so it'll be an afternoon stream. So yeah, look for that. It'll probably be like around 3 o'clock or so. So yeah. Yeah. Let me go over here to chat. All right. So thanks for being here, everyone. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Thank you.